Today, I'm going to show you how layering is the key to make these massive leads in melodic techno. Not only about sound selection, but also about frequency separation, phase adjustment, and also modulation. So let's get started. We're going to work today with this Ableton project that you can get over here in the description below for free, so you can then check everything out. But now let's focus in the main lead, which is this one. In solo, and checking the MIDI. But now, if you open up the channel, you can see that this is composed of 4 layers. But don't get scared about it, because they all serve a different purpose, and you're gonna notice that they all make sense in the channel. Let's get started over here with layer number 1. Then layer number 2. Layer number 1 is more open and bigger. Layer number 2 is more centered and focused. Layer number 3, an octave up and a bit more high energy. And then we have a layer 4 using a little bit of pitch modulation, just adding a bit more character and a bit more interest in the song. But why does it work? Let's look into them individually right now. Layer number 1 is our main layer, and it sounds like this. It's the core of our sound, and we have a lot of things going on over here. First, we have this in unison. So we have 9 voices of unison here, making it really big. And if we didn't have this, you can see how it's a different sound essentially. We have a bit of OTT here, and a bit of EQ, just boosting the sound without them and with them. So you can see how a lot of this sound is made by the effects, but also by the oscillators. We are using this I Can Has Kick wavetable, which is really versatile. You can use it for a lot of leads. For example, if you change the wavetable position here, you can see how you're gonna get different characteristics in the sound. And if you also change the wavetable phase as well, you can also get a lot of variation for this. And this is crucial for all the layers, because we're going to use a lot of these I Can Has Kick in these layers. And when thinking about layering your elements, you have to use layers that complement your sound. So now that we have this super wide sound with a really open filter here, a lot of mids, we can now go into our layer number 2, which is going to bring something different to the sound. Layer number 2, we're going to listen to it. And you can see that it has a more centered approach in this one. While the first one is wide, the second one complements the first one by being more centered. Without it, and with it. And you can see that again, we're using the same wavetable, but now different wavetable positions and no randomness. So it always starts like this. And if we just solo this, and play around with the different wavetables, or even this, you can see how playing with the phase and also the randomness changes the character of the sound. So this is super important. We want to add something that complements what we already had in layer number 1. You can see that when we play around with this, it makes a huge difference. So pay attention to your layering, not only on the sound design, but also on the phase and also on the randomness, to make sure that whatever you have is complementing and not just doubling what you already have. Layer number 3, you have something here which is a bit more high-pitched. We're using something also that has a bit of a higher octave, and we can see that you're using saw waves instead of I Can Has Kick now. These have unison because we want to add a lot of intensity and a lot of that rave sensation into these leads, as you can listen here, without it and with it. You can see how this adds a lot of energy and a lot of pressure in the sound. And as you can see it, it's a simple plucky sound. Again, a lot of EQing. Again, OTT to give a little bit of more energy. Without it and with it. And you can see how we focus more on the high pitch because we already have a lot of elements in the low end in layer number 1 and number 2. So why duplicate and make it really crowded? We don't need it. We can low cut this over here, add the OTT to add a bit more intensity in the sound. And you can see how this plays and complements the other 2 layers that we already have. Layer number 4. Now we have again another icon has kick and another saw wave, and it sounds like this. Again, really plucky, and you can hear that. That is coming from this layer here because this is attached to the CRS, and if we intensify this, for example, it intensifies the attack. We already have a lot of low mids, so we don't need it again. We're also boosting a lot of the mids here and over here to make this complement whatever we had before. So together they have all this energy to make the song a lot bigger. If you only had 3 layers, it's okay, but it doesn't have that really powerful attack that this comes with, as you can listen. It's really nice attack that it also serves really well. Sometimes you can even do this with a percussion element just to add a little bit of power in the pluck and make this sound a bit more plucky. To finish everything, a bit of reverb, as you can see it over here. Without it, it just sounds a bit dry, and the reverb just makes it a bit bigger. And that's about it. You add a bit of sidechain to it, and then you have your lead. And what is the takeaway here? Sound design is not about adding the same as what you already have. It's about adding sounds that complement each other, either by adding different frequency notes or by adding different modulations, different phases, different variations of what you had in your sound. So you're complementing what you have and not just duplicating what you have. You can get this in the Melodic Techno sound pack that is available along with Ableton project files, samples, and a lot more that you can check over here in the description below. So you can study more about Melodic Techno and you can start making your own sounds bigger and more exciting as well. This is Lilo Ready from Abstract Music Lab signing off. Ciao.